Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 83 of Papihos D&D. I am your Dungeon Master for the evening, Jacob, or JC, and I'm joined here by 5 wonderful people. Unfortunately, Jazz is not able to join us today, as she's a little sick, but we'll be happy to welcome her back next week. However, that still does mean we have Helminia, James, Suzanne, Alpha, and then our reoccurring guest for the moment, Josh, playing their characters and seeing how this story unfolds. As everyone is kind of settling in, we're just going to give a bit of a recap. Where we last left off, Suna was leading the rest of the party through the port towns, first going to Sabeline, and then trekking north to the Temple of the Brine. What they found was nothing short of simple chaos in the... It's nothing short of simple chaos in the portside town of Sabeline. However, when they went up to the Temple of the Brine, they found that the people that Suna knew had not left. 3 specifically, as Sister Navira, Brother Treyoth, and Father Limerin all were still overseeing the Temple of the Brine. With introductions made and a feast for dinner held, the group was invited to stay within the actual temple and acquiesced to their request to stay the night as Sister Navira prepares records. Where we come in now, the salted air cools even further than it already was, as the sun is already set, and you are all divided into 3 rooms. Zex into his own, Rem and Gilgamesh into another, Suna and Nime into a third. And as we kind of come in, you are all greeted with these double rooms that are seemingly meant for one person. As you've heard before, that the beds were had to be taken by clergymen and women of the temple to be put in there, but you do have your double rooms with simply the beds, folded covers already taken out to protect you from the chilled air, and then a window overlooking the ocean. As you all begin to prepare to settle down in your own unique ways, what would you guys like to do?
Just go to bed.
Okay.
I'll sleep under the bed like normal.
All right.
I've got to get my nighttime prayer in. Ask for forgiveness for sleeping in a foreign temple. I don't know how she feels about this lady. You want just a straight religion check?
If you want to, yeah.
7?
7. The stone is extra cold to your touch, and even after you finish the prayer, as you settle in for bed, the sheets offer little in the ways of comfort to you. As You do know, whether you like it or not, you are resting under something else's watch. This is not even ground between you guys. Between the forces overlooking the temple and your god, there's a disconnect. Not a big one, but enough to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave in the middle of the night then. I'll let everyone do their thing before I step out. I'll walk around and then just leave. I'm gonna go sleep in the car.
Okay. All right. Suna's going to bed. Zex is sleeping underneath.
I'll put like a sheet down or something so I'm not freezing under there. But yeah, and I'd like to position myself in such a way that I can look at the door.
Okay. Easy enough to do. All right. As everyone begins to drift off to sleep, Suna, I'm actually going to pull you into somewhere really quick.
Oh God.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Oh no.
Suna.
All right.
You have trouble falling asleep.
Sick.
It's not necessarily the cold that's bothered you. You're very used to this. But just this headache just directly underneath. As soon as everything quieted down within the temple, as you and Nime fell asleep. Well, she fell asleep. It started as this dull, rocking noise. And now it's just kind of picking up.
Like a rocking noise?
Within your head.
Hmm.
And you're just sitting there, tolerating this sensation. When you just hear a slight, almost tapping sound on the frame of your door.
Okay. Oh, God. I guess I'll get up and like kind of quietly, so I don't wake up Nime, but like open the door a crack.
Okay. As you open it, you can see a small, dim candlelight kind of fill the crack at the door. In less, we'll say, religious, as his robes were never too grand in the first place. Clutching a candle, you see Father Limerin. I hope I did not disturb you, Suna.
No, I having trouble sleeping anyway.
I have been thinking about our conversation. Would you mind walking with me for but a moment, and perhaps I could offer further counsel?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I'll walk with you. I'll
Thank
kind
you.
of slip out of the door.
Thank you, child. The two of you begin to walk along the hall, just the soft footfalls of leather shoes. It is perplexing what you told me of an offer of assistance with nothing in return. However, if what you are afraid of is something coming to collect from you, I may be able to assist. I do not know much but protection, obfuscation. I would be able to assist you as you find out what this assistance is.
I guess I don't really know what to ask for because I don't know. I don't. I don't know what the offered assistance is.
Hmm. Well, perhaps together we can find out what the assistance is without fear of the consequences. With some time, I could cast protective seal around you. It would stop anything from hurting you from the outside. And you could discover what your assistance is in safety. You are here to learn about the people who offered this assistance.
How how safe is it?
Nothing from outside will be able to touch you. It is whether you want to find out what is with this assistance. The more I think about what you are looking for, what you are searching for, the more I fear our archives will have no prominence, no useful information for you. And so I wish to help in the way that I can.
Let's how about we look through the temple's records first and see what we can find.
Of course.
I'm sure we'll find. I'd like to believe that we'll find something useful, even if it's not about this specifically. And if we don't find anything about this specifically, then I might just have to take you up on this offer.
The reason I asked you in isolation was when you talked about it. There was no hiding that look of disapproval on your friend's face. Do not wish to lie in that sense to someone so intertwined with you, Suna, and so I just instead asked you where you alone could make the decision. It is your path.
I appreciate it, Father Limerin.
Of course. A bit of a quick showing, I believe, even though my hope does rise with you finding what you need. But if you must do something with that creature's assistance, I wish to make sure that you do it safely. As you guys actually descend the stairs as you're talking, and he takes you to a separate kind of room, as there's this sheared, almost like opaque glass textured floor, and across it you can see etchings of runes along the floor. You can make an Arcana check.
My magic is blue. 22.
22. You can easily tell that these signatures form a larger circle that envelops the middle third of this room. You can also tell that a lot of these rooms are abjuration, shielding, protective runes. And they form to make this larger circle.
Sorry. Is this the protections you were talking about?
These are. It is a room that, if some member of the temple needs to do something particularly daring, I offer them all the protection I can give. Has kept many brave clergymen and women alive.
It,
This is all I wish to show. It is for your consideration.
if it comes to this, I'll let you know.
Of course. Your acquaintances at the temple do not know that this is an offer I have made, specifically so that they do not pry at you. All I wish is for you to be safe and well. Would you like
Thank
me to
you.
take you back to your room now?
Yes, please.
Of course. As you hear nothing but the footsteps, which begin just kind of ringing in your ears, as soft as they are, leather against stone, amplified through this headache in your head. You make it back to your room. As you enter back in, Nime is still sleeping. And Father Limerin closes the door.
Damn, is there anything I can do about this headache?
Just seems like you have to live with it for right now.
I
Unless
assume
if there's
there's
something
like,
else you want to do.
I assume there's like nothing weird about it necessarily. It just is a headache, or
It just is persistent, is the problem.
Lame, but all right.
Okay.
Because I'll attempt to go back to bed.
All right. The last thing I will ask you before we swap back is to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom. 16.
16. Okay. All right. As you try to quiet your mind and drift off, you can hear the sound of the ocean far hundreds of feet away below you, but sounding close. So close, like almost like it's crashing to the shoreline right next to you. Wherever
All right.
that stone is, Pokhot's rock, it does just burn a little bit more in your mind. But you do drift off to sleep.
You don't say.
Yeah. And we'll go back now.
All right.
They're back.
Oh.
I rolled
Okay, so
2. Ooh.
What do you
how
mean you
dead?
rolled a
Yeah,
2?
how
Even
dead
with your
is Suna?
D4? Did you use your D4?
Oh, I forgot.
Do we get a rating on 1 to 10?
I mean, do you know if do you know if it works or not? Do you already have the answer?
I know. I got the
Was
answer.
it the stone?
It's
Is
fine.
that what this was?
No.
Okay.
Something
That's
happened.
That's a very suspicious no. I don't like that no.
I mean, as I was leaving to go sleep in the car, did I pick up on anything? Or this happened way after that.
You
This
see
was-
Suna in the corner grasping
This was
the
after.
Ah,
Suna's been
I
kidnapped.
stone. That would be wild.
Oof.
That would be
Hate it when
so
that happens.
interesting.
Suna's now a
Suna's-
zombie?
Suna's cup
Oh.
of wine had a special ingredient in it. Ketamine.
Yeah.
Black tar heroin.
Oh no!
Suna's dead.
Or can we wake up now?
I don't think Greater Restoration can fix this.
As
I
I,
don't think-
refresh Discord because all your faces disappeared, yes, you will. As
Oh,
there we
he's
go.
dead.
Now
Oh, there he
everything's
is.
back. You all get your long rest. As you wake up.
Well, I guess I'll grab my pack and head downstairs.
Okay. Alrighty. Suna, can you make an investigation check for me?
Remember you D4.
Yeah. Natural 20 with a plus what, 24 together?
Okay. Suna, you something's a little bit different.
Oh god.
As you are kind of putting on your armor and getting your weapons, as you glance at
Actually, I think my weapons are still in.
Oh yeah, your
the
weapons are
carry.
still there, but you're putting on your armor, and as this happens, you glance at your right hand, and you can see the thumb. The nail has changed color to an aqua blue.
Like in a magical kind of way?
You don't know if
It's
it's
stage
magical.
4.
There's no runes
Or
on
like-
your hand, but your hand, that nail, has changed color.
Did someone sneak into my room last night and like paint my thumb?
It's possible. But it doesn't look like paint, is the thing.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Six. My luck
With
is
your
running out.
ability, you're D4. You're
It's
D4.
I guess technically a 9, but my my luck has run out.
You have no idea.
Shit.
But
Does
What?
it?
Yeah.
Besides water,
Mhm.
does the color resemble anything else?
make a nature check.
Oh, that's not what I thought you'd ask me. 15.
15. As you look at this, one parallel, albeit strange as it is, could be drawn to this. It seems to be a similar shade as a scale would be, like how a fish would have.
Okay. That's all right.
Okay.
I guess I'll finish getting dressed. I'll head down with my pack.
All right. As all of you wake up, most of you inside the temple, some of you outside the temple, as You all come down. The tables are filled with clergymen and women as Navira actually meets the people who are coming down as she kind of smiles sweetly at all of you and then leads you back to the tables that you had dinner with first, the last night. And you can see an assortment of bread and fruit and vegetables and then some, like, just smaller, almost like fish kind of set out, but obviously now with less emphasis than last night was on fish. Sitting at that table, not eating yet, just waiting, is Treolth, just waiting for all of you. And
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Our Sister Navira, are the records ready?
Oh yes, we pulled out everything we could, even some of the things we're technically not supposed to show to people not in clergy or clergywomen. But because it's for you, dear, everything's on the table.
21.
If
I'm
you don't,
serious.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a
It's
21.
She's fine.
um,
She's not lying.
cool.
However,
If
myself and Trail will be helping both you today. We got nothing against one of our own going through our records sooner, but you do have to understand your friends do need to be supervised just a little bit.
that's fine, I would like to get started.
Of course. Well, make sure to eat up. We wouldn't want you to feel not strong enough to be looking through, but it's all ready for you when you're all finished. There's no
Okay.
excuse to not eat.
I guess I'll sit down and take some bread.
Okay. Zex, Rem.
No, I'll make like a little fish sandwich with some fish and some of the bread.
I guess I'll eat breakfast.
All right. As you three sit down, Navira sits down and begins breaking some bread for herself, drinking water. Treolth doing the same. If there's nothing else that needs to be discussed here, Navira will lead you to the archives.
So,
Ralph walks next to Rem and kind of holds out a small jar, kind of trying to conceal it from other people.
You can make a
My
sleight of hand check.
perceptions.
Make a what?
Sleight of hand check.
Yes. Oh.
He's not trying
This
to
is the
conceal it
first-
from you, Rem.
Yeah. He's giving it to you. He wants you to know that you. That's a 15.
Okay.
I assume I notice.
You do.
Okay.
As it gets closer to you, you can smell the pungent odor of yeast, almost like alcohol.
bro, it's 8 in the morning.
This man's making hooch in the temple toilet.
And then he walks away.
Oh. It's all right. I'm into it. I'll be into this later.
Okay. But the four of them, the four of you who have now finished eating a little bit, Vera kind of gets up, cleans herself off, and says, "Well, follow me," and all of you, with Navir in front and Treyoth in the back, head along to these stairs. They spiral down, cutting through the stone, until you reach a section of kind of like extremely weathered wood that seems to kind of stick out against the sheer stone brick of the temple. As Navir takes off this heavy set of keys, places it in the lock and twists, this lurching sound of metal against wood and more metal hits all of your ears as the door swings open, scraping against the stone floor and revealing a relatively small, compact archive. And by small, I do mean quite small. Especially to you, Zex, as you are used to the flowing pages of the Grand Library of Usapate. This section is about 20 feet long and only 10 feet wide.
How does this compare to like the Hearthman's records?
Next to nothing. This is very compact. As you can see, it actually looks like a ship cellar of some sort. Although it is stone on the outside, you can see these are like wooden scroll shelves. Could be misconstrued as wine holders, but as you each look, there are encased in an outer shell of wooden tube. There are scrolls in each of these slits. As Navir just kind of walks in, and you can see that she immediately goes to the far end of this. And as you watch her begin to take stuff out and look along the rows of all of this, the wear cannot be understated on this archive. She pulls out and kind of cracks open the first one, and you can see this extremely old yellowed scroll that she kind of pulls out, and you can even see dust kind of come off of it, as even though all of this is extremely scarred by water, it does seem to luckily be dry. Well, let's see what we can find for y'all. As anyone who wants to begin looking can look. If
I will
are less
looking.
interested, they do not have to.
This is an investigation check, right?
It will be.
I have a spell to cast before I do this.
Can I don't have a spell to cast. Who's going to be looking within the next 10 minutes?
Me.
You? Have inspiration.
That's a D10.
That's a D10. I'm going to start looking for stuff on Mistra.
Okay.
I'm going to cast my spell. It's borrowed knowledge. I had a cool way to describe it, but I'll save it. And I'll do my investigation when you're ready. I'd also like to be guided.
You can be inspired as well.
Oh, hell yeah, boys. We're going to hit 40.
I'm just gonna kind of follow Rem around and do whatever he tells me to do, because I feel like he would have good.
You can reach the top shelf for me.
Yes, yes. 6'6" Dragonborn comes in handy for once.
Going back to short jokes. Sick.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He's making them this
My
time, not me.
Favorite.
I'm going to be looking through for things on Pokhot or anything related to something similar to my situation with the stone.
Okay. Zex is looking for Mistra. Suna is looking for Pokhot. Rem
I'm doing the Ascended and Pokhot. And, just everything I find along the way. I'm
All
taking a nice
Oh.
glance.
Rem is going quite generally, and Suna and Zex are kind of trying to hone in on something specific. I would like
do my fucking math right.
all of you to make investigation checks.
33.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
I got a natural 20 for 26.
I nat
Yeah.
one, which comes to a total of
Even with
21.
your inspiration?
even with my inspiration, it comes to a total of 21.
Oh, damn.
That's still really good.
Poor guy.
My God. You know,
I could have been great.
nothing like high level D&D.
That was my first over 30 roll. God damn.
I wanted to get like a 4. Could I conceivably get a 40? I could have.
If you got like a 21 with a nat 1, yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right.
We have fun.
So, we're gonna start with, I believe Zex got the lowest.
No, Rem got lower than me. I got a
Rem got
26.
Okay. Okay.
Technically, Gil got the lowest because he didn't.
Because
roll.
Gil didn't roll, actually.
Yo, do you have
Wait, hold
proficiency in
on.
investigation? Because if you do, I can take advantage and I can roll again.
Homie, my investigation is a 0. With no.
Then I can't have the advantage unless he's proficient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so then.
In another timeline.
Okay, so then I'm just
You guys
to roll.
rolled well. I don't know why everyone's so sad.
I wanted to get a 40.
Oh well, I got an 8, so I'm
Hell yeah.
I'm just good at reaching books on the top shelf.
Yeah.
Can I reach
appreciate
the
it.
top shelf? Is that easy
Oh
for
yeah,
me to
the
do?
room is cramped.
Okay.
Like,
We're probably
Oh.
taller than the height of the room.
Oh, am I?
what's your height again?
I'm 6'6".
6'6". So no, but if you stand on your toes, your head brushes the ceiling. So
Okay, so if I stand flat-footed,
you don't have
I'm
to
okay.
crouch everywhere. You're not duck walking.
so I
Right.
can. Oh, so I can probably look and see the top shelf
Yeah.
at eye level.
Yeah,
Just about.
the top
Oh,
shelf is
okay.
at your eye level. This is
So I
just
just
my
need to feed Rem
experience with my
information
going back to my elementary school library. So
Oh, yep.
What kind of weird things does Gil see on top of the bookshelf?
Yeah, do I see anything?
You see
Dead
That's where they
people?
had the lusty draconian maid
Yeah,
books.
absolutely.
Do I see the lusty draconian made books?
No, but you do
Dang it.
see small moss growing up top where the recesses of moisture have been.
Ugh. That's yucky. I don't like being tall anymore.
Barbarian says yucky.
Yucky. Rem.
You
It's
killed a
yucky,
man with
yucky,
another man's
yucky.
body. You grabbed
it's
a man's corpse
true.
out of the sky, bathed in his entrails, and killed his homie with it, but doesn't like moss. It's yucky up here.
Yep.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
yucky.
There's damp moss. Is gross.
Don't touch it.
All right.
Glad I
Rem, what you are able to find as you're going through the generalized things for the Ascended is there's a general thing that's an issue is that some of these are, or I should say technically because you're in a temple, all of these classify as religious texts. And so whether someone has been discounted as a false prophet during the past half millennia or not matter in all of this. And so it's sorting through a lot of those things. And you actually kind of get a bit of an idea of, well, let's also look at the false quote-unquote false prophets to see if anything matches with context now, if they were a little too ahead of their time. And with that, you do find some things, generally. The probably most interesting thing you see is an excerpt from again, seen as false prophets, so their name has been scrubbed from the actual record, declaring that the false gods, which have since fallen, are intent on coming back, and already, in some cases, have. He remarks about one who resides in a city as fallen as she was. He remarks about one who is lashed to the earth and still also deep below. And then he remarks on a third who walks as any mortal would, but with a greater stride. They claim that the rest haven't managed to claw their way back. And by looking at this scroll, and by asking Navira, if you want to, she would tell you that these scrolls are from anywhere from 400 to 500 years ago. Zex, you're looking
I'm
for...
pulling up my document. Give me just a second.
For Mistra. I just love the panicked voice. Mistra is your goal. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
You didn't say anything. As you look, Mistra is one of the major deities. As you look for the classification as they have always existed, is that terminology. At least they are claimed to have always existed. As Mistra is largely responsible for maintaining a magical thing that you actually know quite well. The weave. As it is said, her hands are behind every bit of magic that finds itself into the world. Divine or arcane. Although not necessarily channeled through her, she is the wall that allows it to manifest.
Does it specify if that is her actual hands or if it's like super cool servants?
Mistra's actually, because you got over a 25, you got a 26, right?
I got a 26.
Mistra had two ways of kind of channeling beforehand, where she was a god who quite literally channeled the weave. But as more and more magic grew in the first ages, she had to choose champions. And these people were exceptional, as the records say, legendary. Her first champion was actually a god that she just entrusted herself, but after that god had to deal with his own qualms, his own realm, she designated to mortals. People that already had enough of a handle. Not naming them clerics and just bestowing power on them, but just channeling through their beings, acting like an anchor to the world. However, as a god is likely to be called when they are even more powerful than the normal run of the gods, as if Mystra didn't agree with a god, she just shut off the wall to them.
You could just do that? That's... Okay.
This is actually why she's actually quite well documented in this temple, as Umberlee's priests were accosted by this phenomenon several times. And so, up until the last 600, 700 years, this was a rare but still possible phenomenon. However, something in the last several hundred years, or several, almost a little bit less than 1,000, not 100. 100's a little too soon. Stopped that. As there is footnotes that you latch onto of some manifestation, some either individual god or something else taking that power. And then the power was gone.
So something else took, like, her power to be able to just cut off the flow of magic?
Mm-hmm.
Or her power specifically, like all of it?
Mystra is still accredited with maintaining the weave.
Okay.
People,
So it's just
specifically,
that specific ability.
Specifically Umberlee's associates, who are very bitter against Mystra, are claiming in these records that she could not possibly have the power to break the weave anymore.
That's unfortunate for us. Okay.
And that something else does.
Does it mention what this other thing is, or is it just super vague on the topic?
It is very vague. However, two final things are mentioned.
Okay.
Whenever it happened, two things were kind of left over. That Umberlee's priests claim is evidence of her power being taken away. One, in the older cities, so Dentor before it was Dentor, the statue of Umberlee was split. Not bisected, but the hands were destroyed.
For Umberlee or for Mystra?
For Mystra. Umberlee's priests have this recorded. Mystra's statue had its hands cut off. The hands disappeared from the statue. And left at its feet was a mantle. The mantle has such fallen away, and one of those things that are lost to time, but it's said that the mantle was connected with the weave, and one person prospers that maybe that is a champion's mantle. Much like she had to bestow champions to maintain the weave for her before, maybe that was her last-ditch effort, and instead of being simply depowered, there was actually a god that was killed.
As in or as in Mistra might have been killed?
Mm-hmm. Of course, this is speculation.
Mm-hmm.
As in this point, you've actually moved on to the same kind of documents Rem has, and this person has been... This name, stature, all of that has been taken off of the record. For someone to dare to say that a god could die. But they say that maybe there's a reason why no one worships her anymore.
Seeing how Zex views gods, you could believe that. I'm gonna turn to this records lady and
Navira?
ask her, Navira, and see if she knows who this priest was whose name was struck real quick.
I wasn't alive 700 years ago. These documents were all made and fashioned to put here long before I lived. Now, it's unbeliev's will whether something gets scrubbed from the record or not, but these are the records we have.
What was the old dude's name? He was an elf, right?
Oh, the actual current old
Yeah,
dude?
like the high priest.
Father Limerin?
Yeah, him.
He's
I'm
not
sorry, I don't
here.
write down names. He's not here right now.
No, Navira and Treyolth are here.
Right. But he's an elf, right?
Yeah, he's a half-elf.
Oh, he's a half
He
elf.
is...
Dang it.
You guys guessed that he's probably hitting 400 right now.
Yeah.
So, still out of his life, too.
Shucks. Okay.
Am I hearing this conversation?
You guys are in a 10 by 20 foot thing. I think you can hear this.
So
Anytime
basically, what
someone
you're
says
saying,
something out loud, everyone can just assume they hear it.
you need some knowledge of something that happened 700 years ago.
I know some
Regarding
people who might be able to help with that. I'll have
this-
to ask them later.
This Mistra person.
Yes. I'll tell you more about it tonight in a little bit more of a private setting on why I need information on Mistress specifically.
All right. Suna,
Yo.
you are going specific as well.
Mm-hmm.
Pokhot. As this is something that you could very easily look for. Scouring through scrolls, the hours ticking by. Rem's found something, Zex has found something, but you haven't yet. You're just a little bit frustrated by it. Until, with above a 30, because individual stuff is hard to find, you find the name, but not where you expect it.
Okay.
It's on a scroll listing known champions. Pokhot. Just that name. And you look to see who he was a champion of. It is Mistra. It details how
I'm sorry,
what would
continue.
this be? I think 12 to 1400 years ago, maybe? Pokhot walked the earth and plains as a champion of Mistra, doing her will. There is so little information about him, but you did manage to find something.
And did I find anything similar to my stone situation?
You did not.
And there's nothing about. This is it.
This is it. That's all there is on him. It's not even how you thought you'd find him. You thought it would be somewhere of scorn if you did. Denouncing him. Throwing him over the coals. The champion, as far as you could see it, seems to be an honorable title. Being the champion of a god.
I hate that we've come to this, but okay. Zex, you
Yes.
were talking about Mistra a moment ago.
Uh-huh. Like I said, I'll bring up the reasons for that later in a more private setting, just because of the nature of the topic.
I might have found. We've met one of her champions.
One of Mistra's champions?
Yes,
Where?
under Dentor. You know where I'm going with this?
I think so. I'm assuming Zex is smart enough to put two and two together.
I'm not stopping you.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess that might explain why he had more of a celestial appearance compared to the others.
I don't know if you had a time frame before, but this says he was champion around 12 to 1400 years ago.
Oh no. That's so long ago. That's outside of the Hearthman's records, isn't it?
Oh, so far.
Like, how far are we talking? How far back do the Hearthmen go?
Hearthmen go back to about probably halfway through the Age of Silence. which is 600 years ago.
Oh, it's like a double. Oh no.
Oh.
Well, this is definitely good information to have. We're gonna need to take a trip to the east after this at some point.
Okay.
But that's definitely good information.
You need information that far back?
Yes. The information that I have is like 600 years ago and earlier. This is well outside the scope of anything I know. And all I can explain, it's so much easier to explain when no one else is around, so I'm just gonna wait to say anything, but I can explain why it's important at some point soon.
I can help you.
Oh,
Sister Nabira.
what was that?
Buddy.
Sister Navira,
Yes.
could you go get Father Limerin for me?
Well, of course.
Thank you.
Trail, you keep a good eye on our guests. She kind of pushes past.
Suna? Are there any other champions of Mistra listed in there?
Are there?
There are. I will say, I will still, like, tell you, there's one other, like, I should say, there's a couple other important ones, but the list doesn't, I should say, no, the list doesn't even end with Pokhot.
As many of these names as we can get would be good.
How many are there?
There's probably like 30, but I will say that there are 8 that matter.
Oh.
And it's gonna show you're about to see a bit of a pattern.
Oh no, is it all of them and then one extra?
So as Suna reads out the names Azuth, everyone that has a religious proficiency can make a religion check for me.
I'm not proficient with the religion thing, but do I get to make it?
Sure.
Have an inspiration as well.
Me.
Assuming you'll allow me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? 10!
10.
Mhm.
You don't know who that is.
How was it spelled?
Azutf. Alright, Azuth, not F.
Yeah, that was a really good guess on my part.
Yeah. Sometimes it just happens. And then, as it becomes important, first is Pokhot on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then, would be Lackham.
Oh,
Is it all of them?
It will go down the list of all of the names for
No.
7 Ascended.
Every single one of them. How does that pertain to the Caretaker of Sin? Where is my notebook?
Do you want me to send it to you?
No, I have my notebook. I have all the names. So that's Kalong, Salozi, Blackham,
Can
Gordos,
is this-
Pokhot,
Mhm.
and
or
and
are
Kuta.
you
That's all
giving
of
me
them.
this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Were you giving it in order as it would have appeared in the list of 30?
Yes.
Then can I finish the 8 just so we have?
Yeah. I will say, there is Azuth is the first. Then there's all of these other names that I'm just letting you know do not matter.
Okay.
But then it would go Pokhot, it would go Lackham, then it would go, where is he? Gordost. It would then go Salozi. You good?
Yep.
We'd go Zavidna.
Zavidna or Zavidnia?
Zavidnia, sorry.
Oh, I just want to
Okay.
make sure I have it in my notes right.
Zavidnia. Yep.
Okay.
Kalung. And then finally Kauta.
Does this have all the weird apostrophes in it too?
Yes, it is K apostrophe UT apostrophe A.
And then how many spaces are between each of them? Like how many extra names are between each?
So there are 22 names between Azuth and then the Ascended.
Oh, so it's Azuth, 22 names, and then all 7.
Yep.
Cool.
So every single one of them. Do you guys know all the names? Who all? I guess anyone who has read
Well, now
the book.
everyone
that
in
was
the
on the
room
table.
knows all 7.
I've read. Yeah, I read.
I don't know them.
I read-
Rem knows them. I don't know them.
I
Right.
read the notebook.
Read the notebook.
I read the book.
Right. Oh no. Wait, but where's? Hold on.
Probably spelled half of these wrong, but I don't care at this point.
It's okay. Just
It must
look at
be
the
in
notebook.
Here, I think. I have too many notebooks. I have.
As
them in,
long as I know
3
how to
different
I can
notebooks.
guess how to pronounce it. We're good,
Um,
right?
are there symbols at all in there?
There are
That
not.
would be sick.
It's just names.
Dang it.
Yes, and you also have their phone numbers and their emails.
Oh fuck!
That would be fantastic.
We're
Okay,
trying
here's-
to
so
reach
Let me write
you
this
about
Here's
your
their
carriage's
LinkedIn.
extended
Yeah.
warranty.
Here's their
So-
LinkedIn, their Facebook.
Blackham's Facebook.
Yeah.
was
MySpace.
so I'll ask Suna real quick. Was there any mention of these guys being considered like the hands of Mistra or the hand of Mistra? Anything along those lines, that exact wording.
Is there?
Not an exact. It's just saying that they were used to channel Mistra's power. Acolytes.
Because I'll confer that.
Does X know that the legend lore spell exists? It is a bard spell.
I mean, yeah. It's a
Okay.
bard spell.
Does he know that clerics can take it?
I'm bringing it up to you when you ask. Like, how can you help? I'm like, I happen to know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. It's finally time.
But it helps the more that I know what's going on.
So we're gonna go pay a visit to the east as soon as we get a chance after this.
What's in the east?
Sand.
Sand is in the east. That is correct. I also
I'm
have some
aware of
friends
that.
over there
A lot of
who
sand.
might be able to help us with this.
With finding out these, what did you call them? The 7 Ascended?
Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe.
What are these individuals? What do they mean to you?
Heretics.
Nothing good.
You don't want to know. As in, the information could be dangerous.
As in your
Probably safer
records
you don't.
label such entities as false prophets.
So then they're individuals that need to be killed.
Eventually, yes. At this moment, we know for a fact that none of us could do it.
I learned something new that I didn't share with you. As of 500 years ago, 3 of them were known and moving.
3 of them?
3 of them.
Which 3?
A woman that resides in a city as ruined as she was. A man
Blackham.
lashed deep beneath the earth.
Pokhot.
And one that walks as a mortal but with a much bigger stride.
We know that there was one more in the world as a statue. He wasn't walking, though.
Walks as a mortal but with a much bigger stride is what was said. And it was moving. Can I take another look over this to find any mention of something called the Caretaker of Sin?
Can I help
Can
with
I?
that, please? I'll give you advantage because you roll way better than I do, and you can have inspiration again.
And I'm gonna have to re-up my my borrowed knowledge. But if he lets me do it, I'll take a look again.
I will say you guys have rolled, and from what you have rolled, you have not found anything from the Caretaker of Sin.
None of us have.
I only
None
did
of
a
us?
general thing. Can I do like an in-depth look this time?
Your
I did a cursory glance.
You're just trying to roll for another 40. I know it.
I know I'm gonna roll another 21 though.
You guys all said something, even if being broad is still a strategy, and so this is what you guys have found for today, at least.
Can I ask our Minotaur friend over here to look since he hasn't rolled?
You just told him he doesn't need to know this information. We'll just
He
do it
doesn't.
tomorrow. We'll just
So
do it
desperate.
tomorrow.
I shouldn't know this information. Why would
You
I
shouldn't.
start searching for forbidden lore?
We'll take
Well,
another
it's not
look
forbidden
tomorrow.
because it's here.
It's forbidden. We'll look again tomorrow.
We'll look again tomorrow.
Okay. Well, as that is the research that you guys do for today, if there's anything else additional you guys want to be doing, I do know that for after all of this and you guys are talking about it, about 20 more minutes will go by before Navir returns with the father. But anything within that, if you guys want to discuss, you still have those 20 minutes.
If we want, we can take a day trip to the east for the rest of the day and be back here by night.
I can't do the thing that I need to do today.
Okay.
I don't
then
think
it
it's a-
doesn't matter.
I don't think it's a bad idea to go, but I can't go today.
hmm No reason to go today then.
as you hear the two sets of footsteps, one springier, younger, and the other older. You see Sister Navira appear back in the doorway, stepping down a couple of the stairs further before Father Limerin kind of takes up a section of the doorway. Suna, you requested me. Is everything going all right?
Everything is going well. I think I'm going to have to take you up on your offer.
Of course. I will prepare. I do not wish to have any fault, no failures when working with someone. I will go prepare.
Thank you.
He just kind of trots up the stairs slowly.
Suna, what do you mean offer?
I'll give you the rundown later.
All right. And I guess we're done here for today. I'm going to head out.
Do you need any food before you go? I've been down here for quite a while.
What time of day is it? Guesstimating.
It is probably 2 in the afternoon.
And how far away is Dentor?
Dentor is gone?
Dentor's half the day. It's close, but the problem is the terrain is so bad to the south of Dentor and to the north of the temple that it's still half a day.
You do know someone who has a teleportation circle for Dentor and the means to use it.
I'm also not willing to pay 50 gold just to go get bullets and come back.
You don't have to.
That's a waste of our resources.
As in, you don't have to use the chalk because teleport can go to a circle, and I have 2 casts of it now, so we can go there and back.
Sounds like Liddy City to me. I'm going to drink.
As long as you bring it up.
I am. I'm like, okay, I need to go pick up things from Dentor. That's how I'm phrasing it in the church.
Okay.
Can we all meet out by the cart before you take off?
Yep.
Well, if y'all just come out of the archive, I can lock it back up. You can see Navira just kind of go over. And you can see her just looking. She's making sure that none of the scrolls have actually been taken by you guys.
Nope.
We put them all back when we were done.
Okay. Players have to be honest.
Yeah, I
didn't take anything.
Making sure.
I considered it for a moment, but
I took everything. Inside check me. My deception's +2.
I can see that there's no scroll here. I don't know who took it, but I'm not letting you leave.
Me with the paper in my mouth?
Literally half a millennia old paper in your mouth. God, it would disappear so quickly.
What it would taste like? It would taste like Altoids, wouldn't it?
It would.
Is there any chance of me copying down some of these records at some point?
I assume that's what you did today, as we were looking through them all.
No, this is all in his memory. The book is still in Greywall. I've been typing it up into the book so I don't forget.
I'll talk with Father about that. I'm sure it can be done. You just need to be supervised.
All right.
What the fuck, bro? 16 on my on my inside. All my dice are ass today. Well,
She's-
Your dice are ass every day.
naughty dice go into the forever cave.
She's telling the truth. It seems that for at least her, she trusts Suna, but, you know, the people who are around her, not so much. She's being cautious. She is seemingly the person in charge of keeping these, like, upkeep for this.
He's cautious, not malicious.
No. She's saying, I'll talk to the father about it, and if he says yes, then absolutely, but you're gonna have to be watched.
Like, if I leave this dragonborn alone, he's gonna shit in the book and close it and put it back.
That's the worst image you could have put in my head.
It's gonna be a scroll, so he's gonna have to roll it up burrito style.
Oh my god.
You made
On the
it
shelf.
worse.
Why?
I hate that
My
so
job
much.
here.
Oh,
This is what I get paid the big bucks to do.
Mm.
Alright. Can we fast forward to the cart?
Yeah, you all can head up the stairs. You can hear Navira behind you locking the door with that heavy brass key as Treoth leads the 4 of you outside to the cart, and the 5 of you are out there. Navira stayed behind.
The 5 of us
Uh-huh.
meeting the 4 of us and Nime.
And Treoth, Nime
And Treoth.
is just absent.
You made some
Okay.
woods. Fight
Nime's-
bear.
Okay.
Nime's fighting a bear.
Shall we step into the cart for a moment? Trail, if you want to hear the forbidden knowledge, you can come in. If you don't,
He
you
doesn't
can stay
need the
out.
forbidden knowledge.
I'm leaving it up to him.
He doesn't need it. The
I
more
would
people you
be
bring into this, the more
interested in
dangerous it
going.
gets.
Well, you're welcome to come in and listen to the forbidden knowledge.
I think you're making a mistake here.
Who, me or Zax?
Both.
It'll be safer for you if you don't know these things.
You should know the risks before you come in. We've been stalked by demigods for knowing this stuff. If you're comfortable with that.
That doesn't seem that intimidating.
You want to know the price of this knowledge?
Well,
Minimum
well-
600 lives. Are you willing to pay that price?
yes.
Also, you're willing to have your entire temple shaken into the sea.
Is that a threat or is that a promise?
That is something that can happen. Not by me, but by them.
Okay. I'd rather it didn't, but I would still want to know this knowledge.
Invite him in. That's
I
fine.
warned him. If he's okay with his entire temple being shaken into the sea,
Hmm.
Alright.
Oh, crap. You have to stay out for like 5 minutes.
That's
I'll
an
invite
odd
you in.
request.
There is one bit that I promise not to tell anyone without actually knowing them super good. And unfortunately, you don't fit that, so I can't. I'll tell you
Understand.
everything else, though.
Would you like me to make sure he stays outside?
No,
I
I'm
tr-
gonna
I
crack
trust
my
him.
nipples.
I trust him enough to stay out.
Brother
He's
Trail.
gonna start kneeling down in front of the entrance.
Brother Trail will stay outside, but we need you for this conversation, Gil.
Fair enough.
Alright. You all step inside the cart, and as you just see kind of Rem's brow furrow for a half a second, the door closes behind.
Okay. So first 5 minutes without trail. So everyone has read the book except for Gil, yes?
Correct,
just-
Gil. As
I've
Alpha,
opened-
I have the information at my disposal. Gil doesn't really know a whole lot.
didn't he look
He-
over the book at like breakfast, just fucking with it? Just like, what's the book? Oh, it's
I don't
boring.
think anybody. I don't think anybody handed it to Gil. Or I
It was
could
on
be
the breakfast
mistaken.
table the whole time. We
It
all
was
just picked it
sitting
up on
the
our own.
table. Yeah.
Just kind of left it there.
Oh,
The introductory pamphlet to,
so then, I mean,
sin.
there's there's a likelihood that Gil went through and like read the names, maybe looked at like the forms, but like that was about
I
it.
looked at the pictures.
Yeah, he was like, ooh,
Hmm.
colorful, wow, ooh, and like then got up and left.
Got it. So the information in the book came from a few different sources. Most of it came from us. Some of it came from a card that I told Rem about that I don't think anyone else knew about, and some of it came from an organization currently that is residing in Vikram called the Hearthmen. The Hearthmen is the bit that I'm not supposed to tell anyone about because they asked me not to. But seeing as I trust you all, I'm just going to assume that you're not going to tell anyone. Is that a reasonable assumption?
He can't hear through the carriage, right? Like he can't put his ear to the door and
God
listen.
damn it!
I wanted to let him speak, but I want to pay attention.
Oh,
Just like know if this man is trying to listen in.
no, we don't need you to do that. We keep you in the car.
If
The carriage is linked to my senses. If he's touching it, I'll know.
if Trealth is looking, then
He
there
is
would have been
not.
a roll without me telling you, but Josh just kind of spoiled it.
Or did I?
Or did he?
If he touches the cart, I'll know.
As you glance
sure about
out,
that?
he's just still in the spot where you all, for lack of a better term, left him. He has not approached the cart, carriage, none of it. He's just there.
So, now that the door is closed again and we're not staring at our friend out there, the Hearthmen are a secret organization that has been keeping track of the Seven Ascended for the last, what was it, 500-600 years? That's what my timescape was for it, right?
Yep.
Okay. At this point, most of our information is more current than theirs, but stuff like what their trinkets were came from them, and from the card that I got from a dream came the stuff about the caretaker of sin. So that being the hands of Mystra betrayed her, that it was a splinter of Mystra, and that the hands were the thing that gave the Ascended their power, which now we can probably assume is talking about them becoming the champions of Mystra.
When you say
Yeah.
hands, is it possible that it literally means Mistra's hands?
I don't know. That's why
Like
I
her
asked
literal
Pokhot.
hands?
That's why I
Yeah.
asked Pokhot, and Pokhot said yes, if you remember.
If
Wait.
I remember correctly, looking back on the book, we didn't have a name for the caretaker, did we?
No. We do not have a name for the caretaker. I'm thinking this first champion might be them.
Azuth?
Yeah,
I was wondering the same thing.
but
When can I make a
the-
religion check again to see if I can think on that? Or am I just gatekeeped by that 10 forever?
Blocked by that. Until you just take some time and have. So it means you don't know it.
Yeah, I'm not actively thinking
off
about
of,
it. It comes
off
up
of your head.
like
Yeah.
10 days later. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I remember that.
Shit.
That's Gregory.
But like if you get access to like resources that are of that, like even if like you just walked to like the library in Greywall or possibly the Hearthmen are also a possibility, then like absolutely another check would be allowed. But
You
this is
can't-
like
it's-
your
can't force
incidental
memory.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't something that you just be like, oh yeah, this is who it is. It's something you'd be like, you at least would know where to look.
Okay.
So were there any dates of the book for like when the Seven were the champions of Mystra?
No.
Like, were they all the champions at the same time? Was it separate, or was there just no information pertaining to that?
None of that. It was a list. Did not
It
have
was
dates
just a
on
list.
it.
Okay.
You all can kind of get the sense that the priests of Umberly are not dutiful in their scribing, but ironically got some of the most important and hard to come by information at the moment. It's just shittily
Dating
documented.
really a thing back then, even then, was it? Like, what year are we actually in?
You guys are currently in, like, I think 526?
Yeah, the calendar that is used doesn't even go back that far.
It's
So they
been
weren't.
counted since like the Age of Silence, yes?
Yeah, but someone decided to keep the calendar. So anything before that, they were just going by seasons
It is
and probably years of their lives.
It is year 567, Age of Revival.
Yeah. So these records, they just didn't have a need for dates back then. They just probably, like, on my, my 7th summer or some shit like that, or like my 30, like, it goes by their life, and then people just go like, oh yeah, that's him. When was his, something summer? And then they just kind of personally circumnavigate around it. I'm assuming that's how that went down. And that's the best way they could date anything, because they just had no need for it. Either that or their calendar is completely lost.
Right. So, on the note of the Hearthmen, everyone here except for Suna and Nime has actually met a member of the Hearthmen. That being Lixin. He was a sleeper agent for them operating out of Greywall. Is a sleeper agent for them operating out of Greywall. That's why I asked you before we went to fight the dragon to ask him to try and find anything that they might have on Abra's duel. Because, Keeper of Knowledge, and seeing as the dragon was connected to the Seven Ascended in some way, I thought they might have some information. But like I said, they're operating out of Vikram, so the next chance we get to head over in that direction, we should, just to try and get as much information on this as we can, and share what we've gotten and see if it connects with anything that they have. Probably not, considering that they only have records back a few hundred years, but maybe we'll stumble into something.
All right. Do you have anything else, Zex?
Not particularly. I am going to run trail through what I have, since I told him I would tell him stuff. But
before we bring him in, I guess I should fill you guys in. So, you all probably remember that I had a separate conversation with Pokhot from you and from Zex and Ram.
I don't think we were aware of that.
We were. We knew that they were speaking. We had no, like, she responded out loud, and then we were aware that he was speaking to her in a way that we couldn't hear. We don't know the specifics or how long, just that he did or attempted to.
Yeah. So, he offered to, in his very vague words, clear the fog from my head. And left the stone for me to take with for when I made that decision.
Okay.
I mentioned this yesterday to Rem, and I mentioned it to Father Limerin, in hopes that maybe he had heard of something similar, or hope I didn't find anything in the records. The Father Limerin last night showed me a room within the temple that has different protective magic in place, so that nothing can affect me while inside, from what I understand. And since I didn't find anything in the records, this might be our best chance to find out what this does.
Is the rock
Without-
magical?
Can I recall that, JC? I would assume yes.
It is.
Yes, it is magical.
Do you want me to identify it before you do whatever it is you're going to do with it?
No matter what it is, this isn't safe, and you can't do this. It's whatever it is. It's not worth it.
I mean, who's to say that there's any fog to clear it all?
And you can't be affected in that room, but you can be affected outside of that room. You can't stay in the
Well-
room forever. By squeezing it, you could enter some
Oh.
form of contract with him.
I didn't say
It's not
that.
worth it.
I didn't say that. I'll drop my bag on the floor, and I'll like dig into like the bottom of my bag to pull out the box, and I'll open the box and hand the whole open box with the rocket with the stone in it to Zex, telling him to be careful.
I'll be so careful. I'm going to use a spell slot and cast Identify.
On the box?
No, on the stone.
On the stone.
Yeah. On the box. That
I
The
just looked
box
in
is
the box.
not magical.
Damn, this box made out of box.
This box is made out of box.
This cherry wood, goddamn.
Mm.
hey, you want to keep it in a different box that's actually connected to Pokhot?
Sounds like a sex joke to me.
I'm the only one who can open the box.
What's in the
Oh,
box?
you are.
You all watch as Zex opens the box, and in it is a simple stone. No engravings. Nothing on it. As Zex just kind of lays his hand on it, and you cast instant Identify. What this is called is Clarity. That is the name that comes to your head. And with it, don't get me wrong, powerful, but not actually as powerful as you were expecting. Abjuration magic. But you can feel a powerful sense blocking what it is. Exactly.
Okay, so
There's
Ram,
almost, you can almost hear in your head just the soothing voice.
Ram,
Huh?
I'm so sorry. Dentor is canceled.
This is a bad idea. And if I was a shit person, I'd be casting Dispel Magic right now.
Dentor is canceled, and I'm gonna recast Identify with an 8th level slot to try and get more powerful stuff out of it.
Tell me your secrets, sedimentary.
You can
I'm
make
just gonna grimace a little bit and like go
Like
at
a-
it more intensely.
you can make a
Can I do charisma because it's my
it's your
spellcasting modifier?
modifier. It's not an easy roll, but it's
he
a
be guided?
possibility if you want to guide him.
Be guided.
Can
Okay, so is it a charisma check
It
or
is
is it
a
like
charisma check?
and I can't do anything besides just modifier plus?
Um,
Because without,
Let me-
if it's
let
like
me
a
see.
30, it's impossible for anyone to hit it.
it is not a
Can
30.
I
It is not a
Okay.
30.
can I give him bend luck?
Oh, yes, you could.
It's
What does
only
that do?
it's only a D4.
It's 2
Oh, so I
D4s you
get 2d4. Okay, so we're rolling the metal d4 and the tiny d4.
Did he get
Oh,
proficiency? If he has proficiency in anything relevant to it, like
it's just a
persuasion?
charisma check. This is like
Alright.
this is in the same vein as like a dispel magic would be or a counter spell. This is
Alright,
fighting
fine.
against a force.
How hard are we talking here?
25.
Zex is pretty damn good at charisma, so this is definitely possible.
Oh fuck me. That's pretty good. So it's a 19 on the d20.
Okay.
With the guidance d4, it's an additional 3 for 22.
Okay.
And then the last one, I got a 4 on the last one, so it's 26.
I won't tell you what the DC was, but I will tell you did need the D4s.
Did you add your actual like charisma? You said 19 plus
Oh,
3.
I didn't add my actual charisma. My actual charisma is a +5, so it would have been a 24
Gotcha.
Ooh.
plus 2 to 26 plus 4 to
Okay.
30.
30.
Hey.
As you press into this, you hear like this once again as it's beginning, the and then you just push it out of your head. As the first thing everyone in this cart sees set across Zex's face is confusion. Zex, as you look at this stone, sure, it's got a name to it, but it's just a casting of greater restoration. Nothing else.
That's it.
There is nothing else to this stone. As soon as it is squeezed, the magic is gone.
I'll share this.
That. But why hide a greater restoration spell? And what would it do for her? Because I've greater restoration Suna
I don't think-
before, and it didn't do anything.
You have not greater restoration
I
seen
was
before.
going to say it hasn't
Yes, I have.
happened.
Yes, I have. When we were making the damn shrinking potion.
For the exhaustion.
Yes, but I have greater restoration to her before. So I guess it would just be the one thing. So what if I just did it right now? But what's afflicting her?
There's only one way to figure it out, isn't there?
But I would have to center it on the affliction and whatnot. I couldn't just say cure issue. It doesn't work that way.
What did Pokhot say it was exactly? What did he
Clarity.
say the stone would do?
It would clear
I'm asking
her mind.
Suna.
Oh. Damn it. I'll shut up.
Yeah. Jacob.
Just because I want to make sure.
Pokhot said it would clear the fog from my mind.
Can you focus it on that?
Are you charmed? Is she charmed and has been this whole time?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just telling you what I've been told, which isn't
Alright.
a lot.
There's no cost in trying.
You guys talk to him. You know how he talks.
Just in case there's a roll, are you going to do it right now?
Yes, I have to crunch this 200 gold piece gem. Can you guys do
Just-
this for me while I just do a general look over her?
If Zach or if Gil and I do it together, can we do it quick? I have smithing tools in my bag.
Yeah, it just takes some time. Like it's gonna be a
We
couple
told-
of minutes, but yeah.
We told this man 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's been like 20.
it has.
He's of the clergy. He can be patient.
I'll just stick my head out and say sorry. We
Something
just need
came
a
up.
few. We just need a few more minutes. Something did come up.
You see him still kneeling at the same position.
Does he say anything?
That was a lot longer than 5 minutes.
We're still gonna need a few more.
What is happening? Is something wrong?
Nothing's wrong. We're just testing a theory. We'll have you come in just a second, okay? Just a few more minutes.
Fine.
I guess to start breaking the gem.
Okay. Easy enough for you guys to do as you begin splitting and crushing the gem into a dust.
I'm gonna look over Suna to see if I see any signs of anything.
Okay.
What ability check am I using? I believe it's a magical affliction, Arcana maybe.
So I will say you're not gonna find any runes or anything, but I will have you roll an investigation check.
Oh, can I? Is it? I'm gonna re-up with my my thing.
Rem's not
And be
aware of
guided.
what they're able to find, but investigation is what the skill they'll be using.
So I can re-up my thing and then use my guidance as well.
Re-up your thing?
My borrowed knowledge.
Ah, yes. You just have to cast it again, yeah.
Okay. Investigation time. I know nothing. I know even less than I did before. Dirty 20?
Dirty 20. As you look over Suna, you're looking for runes, maybe something in the eyes, something with the skin, anything, and all of the things that you've seen before when they've afflicted your allies is not present. You do find and notice the right thumbnail being aqua.
When did this happen?
This morning.
I'm assuming I can get nothing else from this except that it's aqua, right?
But I'm just telling you that as you looked over, there's nothing visible on her.
And I have no clue why this would turn aqua at all.
No.
And Arcana check won't help me here because she's all magic.
Sorry.
What? I'm still baffled at what he means. And why did this happen this morning? Did anything else happen before this happened?
I had a pretty wicked and I had a really persistent headache last night.
Anything else? Anything that led up to it? Anything that happened during it? Everything surrounding it. And then when did you notice?
I noticed it this morning. I had a headache and I couldn't fall asleep. And I talked with Father Limerin came to talk with me, and he took me down and showed me the room that I had talked about earlier, and then I went back up to my room and eventually fell asleep. And when I woke up, as I was putting my armor and things back on, I noticed my thumb.
But you didn't notice it after leaving that room or anything before falling asleep. It was only after you woke up.
Yes.
Okay. When those diamonds are done,
They're ready to use.
So I'll inspire Rem.
can I be guided for this one too?
Sure,
Can
because this is a special form of restoration.
I spend 2 more points for bend luck?
Of course.
Have a D4?
All right. I'm gonna So the way this was described is for clarity.
Yes.
Okay. I'll give her the same metric to bring clarity.
Okay.
And 5th level, greater restoration.
All right. I want you to make an Arcana check, Rem.
I'm so fucking scared right now.
Is this the whole thing then?
Oh, just let me know what you roll. It
Is this what I'm
matters.
using my inspiration and D4s for?
I will let you know that you should be using it for this.
Okie
dokie.
Boys, 1d4.
Yeah.
And then my d4. Did you inspire me?
Mm-hmm.
My inspiration? That is 18, 22, 30, 32, 40.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
We hit 40, boys.
with that, you close your eyes for a second as you kind of walk up to Suna. And as your eyes open, you try to force every bit of prowess you have into seeing where this could be. Locating something, knowing something. As you reach up, you see 3 blemishes of arcane energy across Suna's form. There is one on her hand, her right hand where she normally casts spells. There is another over her heart, and there is one quite large aqua blue right directly over her forehead. Which one do you choose?
My brother in Christ, you can't give me choices. Oh, God. Do I know what these are at all? I'm just seeing magical impurities.
You're just seeing impurities. These are... any one of these 3, you can put your energy to. Which one do you put your energy to?
I'm not ready for this choice! You didn't tell me I'd have people's lives in my hand today!
Welcome to Bomb Defusal. I'm your host.
Someone read me the instructions. It's glowing, it's female, young, it has SUN right above the ass. What am I doing? Those are the serial numbers. The red wire. There's a lot of red wires on the top of her head. It's all red wires.
Make a decision, man.
You gotta make a decision.
Oh, no. All right. The one on her head. Let's go.
Okay.
Brain dead.
Up to the
Rem's
top,
lobotomy.
you all watch Rem's hands press to Suna's forehead, and this bright glow of radiant energy. Suna, I need you to make 2 saving throws for me.
She fucking dies.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
I killed her.
Con and wisdom.
Con and Wisdom.
And my D4 is gone.
Do I have time to give her inspiration?
No, this happens immediately. These are reactive.
So my con is a 27.
Okay.
And my wisdom is an 8.
Suna, I'm gonna put you in another chat.
Here we go. Goodbye,
Not
everyone.
again. I don't get to be
Goodbye,
part of this
everyone.
one. Please let me
Oh,
be
none
part of
of
this
you-
session.
Get the thing.
2?
Come on.
I will see you soon. Suna,
Jacob. Hello.
you feel the warm fingers press against your forehead. And all of a sudden, like a shot of cold water drenching your entire body, everything rushes back to you. You were never invited for feasts at this temple. You were dragged in, kicking and screaming several times. You were brought to a side room where sharp needles were placed into your arms. And blue, glowing liquid was placed within your veins. The last thing you see each of these times is Father Limerin. But not as you know him. With a devilish smile across his face, you see this aqua energy curl off of his hands and consume you, falsifying your mind in his favor. Every single time. Your mind came up with excuses for small holes on your arms. It must have been a bug bite. You must have fallen. Until one day, when you were dragged in and looked over, he said that it was ready, that you were ready. And the thought put into your mind this time was of one stealing a scroll. Instead, Father Limerin just simply put it in your bag, and you were dropped back outside of the temple. The thought to use the scroll was never yours, and the temple has never been a safe place for you. Your pulse quickens, as you can feel now blood that is not yours moving through your veins, lighting up your reflexes, lighting up your eyes, as you can feel your vision shifting and pulsing. Instead of seeing red, you can see blue and black swimming on the edge of your irises, as all you can see is these contorted faces of horrified people in front of you as you fall and everything goes dark. And that's what you see.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Did her head explode?
As Rem places his hand upon Suna's head, Suna jerks back, almost as if hit by a baseball bat across the neck, moving away from you and slamming into the wall. All of you begin to instinctively step towards her as she retches but doesn't throw up, beginning to spin and try and keep her balance. All of you see her for one more time look at you, her face and body now drenched in sweat, before she falls to her knees, lets out a scream, and falls to the ground, unmoving.
Is she dead?
She's not moving.
Is she dead?
You can make a medicine check.
I can go straight for.
He inspired.
I don't need. I'm gonna save that one.
Save it if you'd like, but be inspired anyway.
Let's use it. That becomes a 20. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Her pulse is slow, but there.
The hell
She is
wrong?
cold to the touch.
What is
Like
wrong?
all of
with
the
it?
warmth has been drawn from her body. But you can still hear shallow breaths.
Like a feign death spell? Not quite, right?
Not quite.
Can I Arcana check her again?
Mm-hmm.
Be guided for this. 15.
15. You do not see a magical effect on her. You do not see any new things that have shown, but as you open her eyes to check, they are now black with a gold pupil.
Edging check?
Sure.
Guidance? All the things? Oh, wait, that might tell me something. 21.
21. As you look, there is no religious context to this. There's nothing to stand on. You're in the dark on this detail.
Rem, did you see anything when you did it?
She has some form of magical impurities around her body, on her arm and on her hand and on her chest, and the biggest was on her head, and that's the one I focused my attention on, but I don't know what this is.
So identify works for magical effects placed on someone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna 7th level identify her.
'Kay.
Can I have guidance again, please?
guided.
Just in case? Okay.
Hate to waste your 7th level. There is no magical effect on her.
Nothing?
Nothing.
That means true seeing
Move.
wouldn't show anything either.
Move, step back.
I'll step back.
Oh, Lady of Grief, hear me as I cast my useless prayer out to the night. A child in my care has fallen ill because of my actions, and I require your power and wisdom to remedy or know what afflicts her at this time. And I'm rolling my D100, but he wants me to do it in the thing
I would
because
love for you to do it in the thing.
Shirts lame. Is it /R
/R1D100.
space 1D100? It does not work. I want to roll it on my own because I hate bots. And it still wouldn't have worked. So she's lights out right now.
Can we note real quick that the last time Helminia rolled a D100, it was also 65?
Yeah, it's not good.
So
Yeah, the bot's
Statistically-
broken.
statistically, very improbable.
Yeah, the
Just
bot's
saying.
broken. Let's do it again. If I get
Just
another
saying.
65, you can never ask me to roll with the bot again, ever. Okay, it lives
Close.
today.
That's close.
It's still too close for comfort, to be honest.
So funny to me if it had rolled a 1. That would have been the ultimate disrespect.
Wish.
All right.
Is everything okay in there?
We're gonna go take her to the father. Pick her up. Let's go.
Trailth, you did hear a scream, and as you
Oh,
walk
well
up
then
and
he's
say
going to
that,
the door.
yeah, the door opens, and if Gil is holding Suna, he is.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Gil's holding Suna and just walking either through or past Trailth. Whichever he has to do, he is making his way inside with very definite and defined purpose and determination.
All right.
Railth is going to try to get in front of him and kind of clear the way, get clergy to help escort Suna to Father Limerin.
All right. The clergy clears a path as you kind of head over, and as one of them, you're getting there, and it's one that you recognize, a Triton female who's, yes, Father Limerin's in the glass chamber, and takes you over, and you guys walk through these halls of the Temple of the Brine, with Suna's limp form in Gilgamesh's arms. As the door opens, you can see Father Limerin just slowly, you can see him drawing something with his hands on the glass floor as he looks up, confused, and then sees first Treolth enter and then Gilgamesh with Suna. What did you do?
I attempted to clear her mind.
With
We
no
discovered what-
protections? You left her mind open. Is she still
Open?
alive?
She's still alive, but take a look at this.
Please. He gestures to the floor in front of him.
I mean, nah, he's just gonna set her down wherever he needs to.
He just kind of slowly puts his fingers to her head, and then her neck. She is in a stupor. Her mind has been badly wretched back and forth. There was no protection for her, and such her mind has suffered. She is trapped. No current method of release.
What do you mean when you say trapped?
The mind is delicate for those unaccustomed to it. When the mind is betrayed, it shuts down.
This isn't anything I've ever seen done with restoration magic before. I don't understand what's actually happened here.
What's happened is she's been prepared for evolution. As you can see him opening the eyes. I will help her release this energy. This was bound to happen with a mind this week.
What do you mean evolution?
And as he looks at you, you feel like this shift as you look at someone who in their eyes knows too much about what is going on. She is going to release what made her this way, and it will free her. He looks at Treolth. We have little time.
Railth nods.
Make yourself willing. And you watch as he, like, puts his hand on Suna's temple. Thank you. And then he teleports.
No.
No.
Yes?
Do I counterspell this?
You have 5 seconds. Do you counterspell?
Oh.
Yeah, I made my choice. You make yours.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes.
He counterspells back, and then they're gone.
Oh, shit. Didn't even let me say what level slot I was counterspelling at.
Where'd he go? I'm directing my attention towards Trail. Where did he go?
Trailth is gone with him.
They're gone?
Sending.
Is anyone else left in this room?
There is Gilgamesh, Zex, and Rem.
I'm going to burst out this room and yell for Navir as loud as I can.
Okay.
Zex is gonna go sit down and cast Scrying.
Okay.
Can I assume that her hair exists somewhere in the cart? Can I go look for it real
She
quick?
slammed her head into the wall. There's probably some there, yeah.
Are you guys move? So
We have
Rem is-
her items.
I'm sprinting to the cart.
You do also just have her stuff in the front of the cart. She has left her weapons in the front of the cart.
I
Yeah.
am yelling for them. Where did she go? Like, where did they go?
As Rem and Zex begin running through the temple, I do want to know, Gil, what are you doing?
If you're trying to decide, Rem's on the warpath. This is not a gentle where did they go. This is a where did they go.
Gil is going to, and I might even want to for the, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go on the warpath as well, but I'm gonna take it a touch further. Can I roll intimidation?
On what?
I mean, are there
The entire
people-
clergy.
I was gonna say, are there people around? Like,
If you're
Umberly
running with
herself.
Rem, you guys will run into clergy. There are still about like 30 people in this temple.
I'm looking for Navira herself.
Yeah, that's fine.
so wait, so I need just who's gone? I need to make sure
So-
know the situation correctly.
Father Limerin teleported with Suna and Treolth.
Right.
Zex tried to
And-
counterspell, and he counterspelled back.
Wait a minute. Hold
Right.
on. Just 1 second. Suna can't be willing. She's unconscious.
That does not mean that, because if you are unconscious or dead, you count as an object, and he touched her to carry.
An unconscious person doesn't count as. Do they?
In the
Mechanically, yes.
terms
Mechanically,
of the
yes, they do.
spell, yeah.
So the three of them are gone.
The 3 of them are gone.
So, I mean, I want to go find Navira. I think that's how you say her name.
Okay, so Rem and Gilgamesh are looking for Navira. Zex is running to the cart to look for hair or to use one of Suna's items to scry.
I am the fucking whatever core temple again. We're gonna have to go kiss Lackham's ass for another 2 sessions to get her
No.
back.
No, because I'm.
That would be really funny.
I'm gonna transfer my borrowed
Everything-
knowledge as I'm running through, and
Everything leads back to Lackham.
we're flipping to intimidation
Okay.
Yes.
as
So-
I'm running.
Both of you are allowed to roll intimidation checks. Zex, you do not have to roll investigation as soon as stuff is just in the front of the carriage.
Well, I'm looking for hair, because hair is better.
Okay, that will be an investigation.
If I can't find hair, I'll just,
Ooh.
use an item.
Hey, how would you say if you got advantage?
Me? No.
No, I'm
Gil.
talking to Gil. Would
If
you like it?
If you already rolled, hell, then
I
you
have
to
not
take
rolled.
it.
I have not rolled.
I have.
Do you want
But-
advantage instead?
I mean, I don't know if it can get much better than what I got.
Then I will just roll
But-
on my own.
But my modifier is also better than yours, so I can take the advantage.
Mine is a +7 right now.
Yeah, mine's a +12, so
Have advantage.
okay.
The the artifact kind of helps.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, no, that's cocked.
You did what to the dice?
Okay, no, things weren't better. I got a, I got a 29.
Okay.
So and
okay.
to give you a visual. I mean, how like in these hallways, how like wide are the hallways?
The hallways are anywhere from 20 to 40 feet wide if you're going through the main hallways. These are quite large hallways. As you go through Gilgamesh, you can eventually, you begin seeing, I think the first person you'd see is the female Triton that led you guys to the chamber, who is walking back to the main sections of the temple. I think this is your guys' first unfortunate person.
It is. How do I, so what is this trident person doing? Like,
so all she is doing is she has her hands folded together, and as you see the kind of sea salt gray robe turn around, her face turns from just a very inquisitive look to something of confusion and then concern as both of you are running up to her as Zex just whizzes past.
with probably the most terrifying look this woman has ever seen in her whole life. Gil is just simply going to ask, "Where's Navira?"
I don't know. She's probably at the front of the temple.
I'm walking. I'm walking.
You guys just push past. As you notice, Rem, that you guys go past, and every time you see someone and just ask them, "Where is she?" They give the same. She's at the front. She's at the front. And then
Yeah, I'm not stopping anyone else. I'm going straight to the front.
As you guys move past, they just kind of follow behind you in step. Until you guys have this crowd of about half a dozen people behind both of you. And then there is one final, I guess would be just human man that you kind of come forth, just literally just standing at the front where you turn off to go into the mess halls as he's just watching both of you as both of you get to the front, and as far as you can see there is no Navira.
Thing is, the trident woman is the first one to essentially lie to us. I want to single her out in the group, and I feel like saying that I'm gonna choke slam her into the wall is not a great way to put it, but that's kind of what I'm doing.
Can I I've gotten pretty good at it, arching my back all the way backwards, exorcism style, haven't I? From sending so much, right?
I guess.
Can I do that and look at all of the people behind me and intimidate them and say, "So you lied to me"?
Make
and I will
intimidation.
roll. Can I have advantage for being possessed?
I'm just gonna. I'll say Gil can be helping you in this instance because Gil is doing something intimidating as well.
Mind you, yeah, I have the probably most intense rage I've ever felt, and I'm slammed this woman into a wall, probably cracking it as well.
I have literally been possessed by the devil.
Can I make a strength check to slam her so hard that it'll crack the wall
you
around
can make
her?
a athletics check. Yeah, go.
Are you trying to hurt her or just the area around her?
If he's cracking the
both.
wall, he's hurting her.
It's gonna hurt her, but
Don't hurt her. But
The
I'm
fear
also
of death is
It's a
the
little
worst
late.
fear of all.
well. Am I rolling with advantage, or are you for your intimidation? Is it me?
He's rolling athletics.
rolling
You're
athletics.
rolling intimidation with advantage.
I rolled 2 9s,
Okay.
so it comes to a 16.
16 as all of them kind of stop and stand back, and to accent it, Gil reaches with his massive arm, hits her right on and carries her up off of her feet, slams into the wall.
Yeah, I got a 23.
As you can hear multiple things break, as everyone just kind of becomes silent, and you can hear someone like drop something as the metallic thing just kind of clangs off of the stone floor as the Triton woman falls limp.
Is she dead?
That's okay.
She's at least
No.
unconscious.
No,
Oh,
she's,
no.
she's getting healed. I'm healing her.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna look at the Trident woman. I'm just gonna stare at the group of people. They all know what I've done. They've
My
seen what I've
intimidation can't remain in this. I have to kind of slip into my character. She can have that first level cure wounds.
Okay. As she comes back, you just hear this as blood spews out of her mouth and onto Gilgamesh's arm and down her front of the robe. Is just this gurgled presence.
You can have another one if I have the time.
Okay. As
She can have a third level one.
okay. As it's going and it works, the blood kind of begins to dry, and Gil, by doing this, and Rem, you set these people into a panic. As screams echo off the wall as clergymen and women flee, running.
I'm just gonna look back to this Trident woman, seeing as it's now alive.
Where did they
And
go?
I simply ask again, where's Navira?
I don't know.
And then,
That's fine.
well,
That's
you
fine.
knew before,
Oh,
but you've seemed to have lied.
I didn't
And
lie,
that
I
didn't
don't
turn
know.
out so well.
That's
did
it.
it?
Gil, give her a second. Give her a second. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Rem, the seconds we lose are closer seconds that Suna very well could be dead.
And the seconds
not
that we kill
giving
innocent, we're no better than the people that we chase. When I said shake them up, I didn't mean shake them like this. So now I have to play with a more gentle hand. And I'm just gonna comfort her, and I'm like, you're not gonna die. I'm not gonna let you die. It's not gonna hurt you. Okay. Our friend is missing. The father took her. Treyoff took her. She's in a bad spot. Do you know where she went? Have you seen Navira at all? Anything you can say to help is fine. We're not gonna hurt anyone. He got out of hand. I'm not gonna let him hurt anyone else. Please, just cooperate with me.
I don't know where
Please.
she is. She's just.
And I will roll a persuasion to try to,
Okay.
or animal handling,
It's
whichever you prefer.
persuasion. She's not an animal.
Animal handling.
19.
Jesus. 19.
How many?
I've tried this on kids, remember?
Yes, but that was funny. She's dying. Come on.
She's not going to die.
Not anymore, unless if Gil
I'm still
slams
holding
her
her.
again.
I'm still holding her on this rock. She's
No!
probably on a.
She
She's
dropped-
probably on a.
She is
On a
literally
light-
holding herself up and stopping herself from choking because Gil has
Let
lifted
her-
her off of the floor.
Let her go.
She's probably on a light indentation on the wall
Let her
because
go.
I hit her so hard.
Put her down. My persuasion was a 19. Put her down.
Gil will. Kind of
You
like
already
not
proved you can kill her. You already proved you can knock her unconscious. We beating on women now?
He's just gonna let go, let her drop, and just leave and start looking.
Okay.
Please cooperate with me. You're safe. You're safe. We're not gonna hurt anyone. You're safe. Okay? You're safe. He's not gonna hurt anyone. We're really worried. You would feel the same. If it was anyone else in your care, you would feel the same. And I'm sorry about that. And it's not going to happen again. But please, I'm begging you. Tell us anything you know that can help us. Anything. Is she fully healed?
She probably still has some broken bones, but she is conscious and she is no longer fighting to breathe.
I want to eliminate all of the pain. How much more do you think I will need for this?
I would
'Cause
say
need her to cooperate.
probably just another cure wounds, like specifically to heal the bone. Yeah.
Just another first level tip-top shape. Please
As
cooperate.
you can
with
hear
me.
this crack and pop as her ribs mend.
Please, okay? I'm not going to hurt you. Please.
Navir's just responsible for the upkeep of the temple. She watches the archives and the storerooms.
Okay. The father teleported away with Trail. Is there anything you can tell me that would help us? Anything at all?
The
Anything.
father, brother, and sister are the only ones allowed down the archive stairs without permission.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Any rooms? Anything else? Anywhere? A place? Anything?
Navir has the keys to every room. Any off-limits place is down the stairs where the archives are.
Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna look backwards and yell, Gil!
Is this loud enough for me to hear? I've just kind of been going.
You, like, the only places to go in here right now are into kind of the kitchen. And so, yeah, you can hear his voice as you're just scanning these tables and such. And for the first time, as, like, you're looking around, there is no one else here.
You know, how big are these tables?
They are... There's the one that you guys were at, which was about, like, 12 people long. And then there are the ones where the clergy were at, which are 20 to 30 people long.
And I am yelling out, Gil, don't hurt anyone else.
Can I, like, punch through one of the middle of these tables and just, like, break it in half?
Make an athletics check.
Do I get advantage for how incredibly upset I am?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I killed a woman.
You almost killed her.
I mean, I more or less did.
This was not part of the plan.
You
Taking it too far.
technically dealt
16.
with a 5 to strength, or is it a 4 to strength?
I have a +4 to strength.
Plus 4 to strength. You technically dealt her 10 points of damage when you slammed her into the wall.
And it knocked her out?
And it knocked her out.
I mean, I wouldn't expect them to be very strong.
She didn't even need that third level then. She was fine after the first one. She would have came up with 13.
She took massive damage, and she rolled twice on it, which require extra healing to fix.
Oh yeah, I forgot that she took all her HP all at one time. Wait a minute.
I rolled, and she could have died from just shock alone. So,
Oh god,
believe
don't
that.
hurt anyone else. I'm just comforting this woman. I'm trying to like calm down the other clergy members as I go.
I rolled a 16 on my athletics.
okay.
Do I break the table?
As you do, you just hear this massive crack sound as the table has this massive hole put through it with splinters around.
Nice. And then, preceding me breaking the table, I will be called an make my appearance.
Don't hurt anyone else. We're not here to beat on these people. Go to the cart with Zex. I'm gonna get this under control. Being the one that started the panic, I'm gonna go try to control the situation. I'm gonna help the woman up and, walk with her. And I would say check her after I tell her I'm not gonna hurt her. How convinced is she that she's not going to be hurt again?
She's watching Gil very fearfully. She might believe that you aren't going to hurt her, but she doesn't necessarily believe that Gil's not.
He will not hurt you. I can guarantee you that. That went too far. You've taken it too far, Gil. You've taken it too far.
I'm to die again.
With probably the dirtiest look I've given to Rem, Gil will not say a thing and will leave to go to the cart.
I'm gonna try to get this shit together.
Okay. As you can see her just trying to make her way deeper into the temple as she's clearly shaken up. As you kind of walk with her, there is no other clergymen or women there. People who have fled, the word seems to have gotten out, and if there are people, they are either in hiding or are fleeing.
I'm gonna yell out, no one's going to hurt you. You can come out.
You can make a persuasion.
21?
21. As you just hear this kind of ring out, this dead silence kind of comes back until you hear footsteps. And you hear almost like the soft squelch of wet leather coming from behind you. As you turn and you can see the trite woman gasp and kind of fall backwards. Would you like to describe what they see?
What you see behind you, it almost looks like Trailth, but it seems a little different. You can see the flesh through some of the missing fur is turned blue. All the fur on his body is matted, almost like it's wet. As you go up the body, he's wearing rags. They're almost in tatters at this point. And as you get to the face, his eyes are yellow, and his mouth is ajar as it's gaping open. His beads that were prominently on his horns are replaced with barnacles, and you can see gills on either side of his neck. As you can see what you assume is probably Trailth.
Is he hostile?
He's watching.
You can hear the soft thud of cloth, Rem, as the woman scrambles back to her feet and just runs, leaving the two of you in this hallway.
Do you want to explain yourself before I lose myself?
No response.
I'm going to attempt to move past him then.
He moves in front of you.
You have business with me?
All you can hear is almost animalistic breathing.
Is he afflicted with a curse of some sort?
You can make an Arcana check.
$21.
21. He does not seem to be afflicted with a curse.
Are you here to protect the temple?
Just breathing heavily.
I mean, he can only block my path so much before I slip past him, right?
Oh yeah, if you want to make a honest effort to get by him, there will be a contested check.
I'm just gonna tell him, like, you have no reason to be in my way. I don't think you want this to go as far as you think it will. And if he's not responding to common, I'll try my other languages. No response?
Which languages would you like to speak?
Let's try deep speech.
No response.
Do you like celestial?
No response.
Anything in Elvish?
No response.
Very well then. I'm gonna move past him.
No, you're not.
All right.
You know what's
the
funny?
check?
You have one more language, don't you?
I have common and gnomish. Let's try gnomish.
He responds in Novish. You have served your purpose. Be gone.
What do you mean I've served my purpose? Where is she?
At this point, he sinks into the floor in this puddle of water as he is now, assumedly, gone.
Freyalth, if you can still hear me? If I don't find her by tomorrow, I'll shake this whole temple into the fucking ground.
And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Wait a minute.
Amelia?
We still have like an hour.
Amelia?
Yeah, we still have an hour. You let us go an hour.
Amelia?
I could end at 10.
I said what I said.
No.
If
Yes.
you are not found by tomorrow, I'm sinking the entire temple.
Let me at
Amelia.
least do the scrying before the end.
Yeah, let me do a
Amelia.
scry. What?
Amelia,
What?
I just want to let you know that you made the right choice.
I feel like I made the wrong choice.
You
'Cause
made the right.
I'm going to have to kill everyone in this building.
Oh
Trust
no,
me.
it's not just you. You and
Everyone's gonna die.
Gil. You and
You-
Gil will
because
wipe this
It's
place.
yes, we are ending about like maybe half an hour to 15 minutes before we normally do. However, I do want all 5 of you to be here because things are probably going to escalate.
Can I not
You-
do scrying?
No, the scrying will be a wonderful time for us to, you know.
I feel like that's a
What if I
great
what if
place
I
to
what if I
start.
great
can
way
get
to
her
get
in
us
here to
back in.
listen?
No.
What if I can get her here?
Game's over for tonight. We can.
Game's
Well,
over.
I guess we're just talking. So yeah, if we don't find Suna by tomorrow, I swear on everything, I will sink this fucking temple.
Oh, he'll probably find her by tomorrow.
Amelia, you
Yes.
won't
Oh
believe
my
me.
God.
I know you don't believe me now, and you probably won't believe me for a long time. But trust me, you made the right choice.
The right choice with your head or your heart or your arms or
Mm,
You
mhm.
made the right choice.
You made the right choice. Trust me.
she's just saying this because she's a fish. You turned her into a fish. Everyone's gonna die. Everyone is going to die. I was nice. I was civil. I healed her wounds. I'm gonna sink this place into the entire fucking sea. All 700 years of knowledge gone in an instant.
Let me plunder
Which-
the library before
No,
you sink it into the
nothing.
sea.
Survivors.
I hope, at least, if not, Rem, hell, you realize Gil's pissed right now.
I'm pissed, and I'm letting him know if I do not find her in perfect condition by tomorrow, I will sink this fuckhole to the ground. And I have a spell that can do it. I
I believe that.
Earthquake, and this
Mhm.
place hangs over the cliff. It will sink into the fucking sea. I will sink this entire fucking place.
Yeah. JC,
Yes.
I just watched you on stream all session, just laughing.
Yeah.
all session.
I knew we shouldn't have fucking trusted these people.
Fuck.
I knew we shouldn't have fucking trusted these people.
What makes you say that?
You'll know when you die.
Nah.
This is so much worse than blowing us up with a teleportation scroll, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you'll know when you die. You're from the fuck list now.
Yo, you think everyone's gonna survive my encounter?
JC, I understand what you
Everyone
mean.
will.
I understand what you told me now when we started this arc.
Uh-huh.
I understand what you were telling me now.
Do you regret doing this now?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
I have
If
been
anything,
saying
I'm
to
really
people,
I'm more excited.
I've been telling people for so long, it's just like, I'm not going to say what it is until it's revealed, but like, I feel kind of really bad for Suna.
The Temple of the Brine
I
is
don't-
not going to
Possessed.
exist by the end of
Man.
next week.
I don't blame you. I feel bad. What the fuck?
Suna.
But we'll be
Fuck.
seeing Josh back here for at least one more session.
Oh.
As I hate to tell you, Josh, but I'm pretty sure at least 4 out of 5 of these people are going to do their best to make sure it's your last session.
I'm sorry, Josh.
No,
How
no,
it goes,
no,
you know.
you're dead. You're dead. You appear to me. You appear to me on the day of my daughter's death as a barnacle crusted man under the sea.
That could not have gone better
Oh.
of finding out what it was and having Rem do it himself.
Oh fuck, dude.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna sink this entire fucking place to the ground.
Okay.
The temple doesn't get to exist anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to invent a war crime.
It is a world for you to live in. If the world has pissed you off this much, go for it.
I saved this woman's life because I think the clergy has no fault. But you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. Suna, this is your fault. You brought us here, and now you're never gonna be able to come back.
This was my fault, dude. I didn't fucking know.
All that I'm gonna say, because obviously we have a little bit of time to talk, is imagine if Suna had squeezed the stone while they were in Greywall.
It would have been better for
It
us.
would have been better. It would have been better. I mean, I don't know for sure because Suna has something going on.
Suna
But-
has something going on.
Man, I sure really do have something going on.
I can't. I don't even get to watch the VOD and find out until like the next until the arc resolves. I don't get to know that information because I don't want to spoil myself.
That's fair.
So I gotta wait
I've
for
been
the
like-
fucking arc to resolve.
I don't want to say too much because it's fucking wild.
James,
man.
what spell slots you got left?
I have not enough to teleport, but I have 3
You got enough
first
to
level,
fight?
3 second level, 3 third level, 3 fourth level, 2 fifth level, soon to be 1 fifth level, and 1 sixth level.
Okay, I have.
And I'm gonna see if I can fucking crunch up this rock for something.
I have
got-
all of my spell slots still.
I have
Just
all
so you
my
know.
resources as well.
You know,
I
you
have-
think that's gonna help you, but it's
Yeah, I
not.
hope it's enough for you, man.
I have
I
2
really
first
hope
level,
it's enough for
no
you.
second level,
It's
2
not.
third levels, 3 fourth levels, 1 fifth level, my 6th,
Oh.
my 7th, and my 8th level.
Oh, you guys still got some swinging power.
Oh yeah. Do you want to get hit with an 8th level inflict wounds?
Would love to get hit with an 8th level heal.
I can do that too, but I'd choose violence.
Would you rather? Aren't you excited for taking 140 damage in 1 turn?
Oh,
Make
yes.
a wisdom saving throw?
All right,
Make
before
a charisma saving
okay,
throw.
before all this spoils out of control. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm sorry, we missed Jazz, but hopefully we'll have her back for next week. And I feel like this is we've got a little bit of the spice back. We've got some stuff learned about the Ascended, and we have Suna in peril.
On the next episode of Papihos,
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
Ren
Ball Z.
commits multiple war crimes after
Um,
promising not to commit any.
But we'll see what happens as things are ramping up very quickly, and it seems that they might have been put on a bit of a time crunch. Thank you already so much for watching. If you're watching this and you aren't following the Twitch channel yet, make sure to follow. If you're watching the restream on YouTube and are not subscribed yet, please subscribe. We love doing this, and it just helps reassure that you guys want to watch as well. Everyone take care, and I will see you in another stream or video. Bye, guys.